Welcome back to the channel, Pokemaniacs. We have a new look at one of the new environment sets coming out from Jazzwares. This should be in an upcoming wave, and this is the Flowery Farmland environmental set. I think overall, like, it doesn't look too bad, but it is, like, from this angle, it does kind of look a little bit funny because, like, there's a tree just growing on this cliff, like, and it's kind of a substantial tree, and then there's a tree growing underneath it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I don't know, I think it's kind of fun. It's something different, at least, instead of just like a rehash, like an exact redo of something that we've already gotten, which I appreciate at least that. And then last week, we did get some listings for some sleeping evolutions. Apologies, they did not include them in the last video, but we were able to get Jolteon and Vaporeon as new ones up over at GameStop. They're looking pretty good. They are the 18-inch long plushies, so they are pretty substantial, but really cute. Really nice looking plushies, and they also got the Flareon plushie up on the site as well, so I think this was exclusive to Target not too long ago. Well, maybe not exclusive, but it was through Target not too long ago. But looks like GameStop just now has all three of them, which kind of makes it easier to pick them all up. So I'll link that and anything else I can in the video down in the description for you, just in case you want to increase your own collection, or maybe you're picking up a gift for somebody else. Then over on the English Pokemon Center, we finally got the Moonball, so shout out to Anne-Marie, one of our subscribers here on the channel. I know that she's a huge fan of this Moonball, and it's looking great. This is from the Wand Company, who makes these replica Pokeballs. They finally were able to give us the Moonball. They do have a couple more coming out the rest of this year, it sounds like, but it's looking really good. It is so far exclusive to the Pokemon Center, but usually they just kind of get first dibs, and then they'll show up later with the different label on the front that will be over at like GameStop or something like that. So again, super cool. We finally got this. We've been waiting for it, I think, since like early this year. It's been quite some time that we've been waiting for this thing to launch. In a response, I did see that they said that the Pokemon Company is very particular about the designs that they produce, and so I think they did a great job, and maybe it's just because they are very particular. Then last week, really big day, we got all of the Alolan Sitting Cutie plushies. I very quickly spent more money than I thought I was going to be spending, but you know, it's one of my favorite regions, so I think it was worth it. And then I realized I didn't even get all of the ones that I was particularly looking for. Like, I forgot Lunala for some reason. I don't know, but there's a lot of plushies in this collection, and most of them are still in stock. I know like Blacephalon was sold out, surprisingly, so you might want to jump on these, and if you're interested, like, sooner than later. But I love that this finally happened. Like Alola, again, one of my favorite regions. And then I know that the Sinnoh region is very popular with a lot of people. There was a restock, a mild one anyways, where we got like a dozen or so restocks of some of the more popular plushies. So we got like the whole Gibble line, got Giratina in there, and the Evolution. So pretty cool to see some restocks that they're giving, you know, the fans what they want, at least on the plushie side. We also got some figures uploaded to the Pokemon Center. So there were some Evolution figures. These are the Evolving Personalities figures. So we were able to get the Sylveon, and then we also got the Glaceon. Also, shout out to anybody or whoever took these photos. These are fantastic photos, but Glaceon there, and then we also got the Leafeon. I wish I could take photos like this. Like, these, seriously, they did such a good job with these photos. In addition to that, we did get some TCG accessories. They're the plush ones. I think these are super cool. I'm not sure exactly if I'll pick them up. I don't know if I like need them. I don't really do a lot of like traveling with my TCG accessories, but they do have like wraps for your play mats. There's card displays that you can slide into there and display them in like that plushie form, as well as like a coin display. I love a coin display. I like the coins a lot. So super cool that they brought these over from the Japanese side over to the international side. I think, like, this is really cool. I hope they keep doing stuff like this because it's just really fun. We also got our monthly habitat pin. This is number 8 of 12 for the year. We were able to get Lumineon for this one, and unfortunately it is sold out now. I'd be very interested to know how many of these they make each wave, because it seems like they sell out super fast, but hopefully you got one. Congratulations if you did. But these usually drop on the second Thursday of the month, if I remember correctly. So if you are hunting for them, like, maybe you'll get it on the next one. The Japanese Pokemon Center has a really cool collection, as they usually do, but this is the Invisible to Me collection, featuring Pokemon that tend to like be able to go invisible, like hide and blend in out in the wild. So super cool. We've got a pretty good selection of items here and Pokemon. So in this collection, this is probably my favorite thing. We have these little statues, but they're like clear looking statues. They're pretty substantial. I'm not exactly sure how tall they are, but they are looking really good. I'll link them down below if you want to check them out. I think they are running somewhere around close to $40 US at current exchange rates, but these are fantastic. I'm like very interested in picking up that Mew, I think. On the more non-traditional side though, we do have this like ice mold, so you can fill that up with a fluid of your choice, water, juice, something, I don't know, but you freeze it and then you make yourself a little Vaporeon mold, and I think that's really cool. You have that in your drink. Then back to some traditional items, we do have a Latias shirt here, showing that part of that art on there, as well as the Dragapult shirt, showcasing the art again. We do also have a tote bag with a Mew on top of there. Then we have this pouch, a little organizational pouch of Latias and Mew on the back. And then again, we have Dragapult there to balance it out. Mew is actually, I'm realizing, in a lot of these items. Like, Mew's everywhere. Then we have the Mew shoulder strap for your cell phone, although I'm not a huge fan of these items. I feel like they're just going to snap off. I'm like way too paranoid about my phone. But on the beverage side, we do have that Vaporeon tumbler. You can put your Vaporeon ice cubes inside of there. There's this really cool item. This is like a mirror charm. So you just have it as like a charm, but if you need to, you can like reflect light off of it and it'll give you like a little outline silhouette thing of Latias, which I don't know. I think that's super interesting. I don't know. I just like cool little fun things like that. There is also a photo card set in this, some ballpoint pens, because we also got to have our stationery stuff. So there's some clear file folders also, so you can slide things in there. Then some transparent sticky notes, which sounds pretty cool. I'd be interested to see how those kind of look in real life. There is also this notebook, and of course we got to have ourselves some stickers in the set. We have two sets of stickers in this one, and then there are customary acrylic keychains here, which also have the Pokemon that's kind of like translucent on the front of it, transparent, sorry, and it just slides over the background. I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's the simple things. Then last week we had a lot of video game news, so buckle up. We're going to recap a lot. First up, we got Mega Malamar. Just as we kind of predicted, like, I don't know, I don't think it was a crazy idea that we were going to get this. So super cool to see though, and the design, in my opinion, actually pretty good. And since we have this Mega Malamar, I was reading its Pokédex description, and we got to dive into it. Malamar's brain has become enlarged as a result of Mega Evolution. Greatly enhanced psychic power overflows from its body, emitting a bright glow. The vividly colored light further amplifies the Pokemon's hypnotic abilities, allowing it to freely overwrite the personalities or even memories of others. A terrifying power that can make someone seem like an entirely different person. Its glowing, undulating tendrils are able to pick up on the feelings of those around it. It prefers battling with efficiency, using its powerful intellect to analyze the situation with level-headedness as it fights. Mega Malamar views others, even Pokemon trainers, as its pawns. If it disagrees with an order given to it by its trainer, it will sometimes respond by hypnotizing them, making this an incredibly difficult Pokemon to interact with. Which, this all kind of makes sense because like all of the promotional materials that we were coming up, leading up to this, they were all super hyped up on Malamar. They were huge fans of Malamar. There was the whole campaign on it, so it all just kind of makes sense that Mega Malamar was over, like just taking over people's brains, making them super fans. But in some of those promotional materials, I saw this tweet stating that some of the NPCs that we've seen in some of the trailers, they actually like dressed actors up like those NPCs, which I thought was a really cool detail. Like, I don't know, I think it translated really well. For the most part, like these people just look really like hip, fashionable people, which is kind of like the big thing for Kalos anyways. But I don't know, I feel like they did a great job recreating a lot of these costumes and styles for people. And I mean, this guy right here just kind of looks like a normal dude. So that one wasn't really like that difficult, but a lot of these just, I don't know, they translated really well. So I thought that was a cool little detail that I didn't notice. And so I'm glad I ran across that tweet. Then we also had a Nintendo Direct last week. And I mean, if I'm honest, I think this was better than the Pokemon Day that we got. So it's tons of hype in this one. It was a really solid Nintendo Direct in my opinion. But as we went through it, we did get some news that we are getting the Mega Kalos starters. Finally, however many years later, they finally get their Mega Evolutions. And I don't know, I think they're pretty good for the most part. Chestnut has never really been necessarily my favorite Pokemon. Kind of forgettable for me, so apologies if I'm offending any Chestnut fans. But this is Mega Chestnut. It's just looking super bulky. It's a tank. I would assume that its defensive capabilities are going to get shot through the roof, but we'll see. That one's looking pretty good. But honestly, my favorite one here, I think, is probably this Delphox. With these are supposedly like autonomous little flame sticks that float around it. And it's able to combine those into this one big like mega fire attack, which is super cool. I don't know. I really like the design of this one, that it's just like surfing on this little fire broomstick. And then also, I don't think this design is like anything crazy, but I love it because it's basically just a flipped upside down Greninja with that like shuriken that it's riding on upside down. I just love the idea of this, and it just looks really cool to me. But as always, you know, let me know your opinions down in the comments on any of these. We weren't, I don't know, I just wasn't anticipating us getting so many Mega Evolutions revealed in this Direct, especially because of the Nintendo Direct. I feel like this kind of like stole the show versus like Mario's 40th anniversary. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But then comes the controversy because these Mega Stones for the Kalos starters are quote unquote like locked behind a competitive side of Pokemon. They're labeled as promotional rewards for taking part in the ranked battles. So as you can see here, ranked battle season 1 starting October 16th. So right out of the gate, you're going to be able to get the Greninjite. Season 2, following that, you'll get Delphoxite, and then after that, you'll be able to get the Chestnutite. And then season 4 will be coming after that, obviously. There is some fine print though at the bottom of the website where it does state specifically that these Mega Stones cannot be obtained normally through gameplay, which is important to know, and that these that are obtained, you can only have one in your inventory, also probably important to know. But it does state there in the middle that Mega Stones obtainable as promotional rewards are planned to be redistributed in future seasons. So I don't know, it gives me a little bit of hope. So like if you miss those first the first season, first couple of seasons, maybe you're not ready, maybe you don't do very well, at least we'll have another shot at getting them. And I know a lot of people have been kind of worried about like, how am I even going to be able to get these things because I got to rank up? Like, I don't know. This is a promotion. Pokemon is always kind of like over the last handful of years or so has pushed people to try the ranked battles, and it's been pretty simple. Like maybe you need to hit a certain rank, but back in the day I did some shorts about them. I included them in the news videos, but like the Galarian shiny birds, all you had to do was just play 3 matches and win or lose, and you got them as a gift. So I could see them doing something like this where it's just like go participate or get to, instead of rank Z, hit rank W. I don't know. So personally, I wouldn't be too worried about it. And even from like my experience playing TCG Pocket, I'm not like the best TCG player. I mainly just look up like meta decks and just try my best. But I'm still able to hit like Ultra Ball rank in TCG Pocket, because there's going to be people experimenting. There's going to be people who are not as good as you. There's just always going to be a good mix. And so I hope that like the rank rewards are not going to be like super aggressive on this. I doubt they will be, but that's just speculation. I don't know. Again, let me know your thoughts. But then after that, we did also get news that there's going to be paid DLC called Mega Dimension, which art style, colors, love it. I think this is fantastic. Seems like it's all going to be based around Hoopa. And in this DLC, as you can see here, we're going to have 2 new Mega Evolutions for Raichu. We got Raichu X and Raichu Y. Honestly, I think they look great. I think I'm more of a fan of Raichu X personally. There's some like design elements where like Raichu X is a little bit more like Pikachu colored, I guess we'll say. And then Raichu Y is looking a little bit more Raichu colored, which I think is just kind of like a fun fact. Or maybe I'm just making stuff up, I don't know. But there are like a lot of design elements on here because I was like, oh, wait, like this kind of looks like Goraichu. If you guys are familiar with any of the old lore around like unimplemented evolutions of Pokemon, because Raichu or Pikachu was supposed to have a 3rd form before Pichu came into the mix. But Goraichu, so like you kind of see like with the extra like angriness, and then maybe these are all just like mock-ups from way back in the day, but I don't know. I think with the ears, the tail, like, I don't know. It's not an exact thing, but I could see there like being some like inspired, you know, with a Goraichu. Anyways, with Mega Dimensions, if you do pre-order it, you do get yourself the Holo X and Holo Y apparel sets, which, I don't know, for me, maybe not like a big win, but I mean, it's cool to always just to get like new stuff, but for me, not a huge motivator to purchase. In addition to that, you'll also be able to get the luxurious Pokeball set, so you'll be able to get a few Pokeballs of these 4 right here, which, I don't know, Pokeball benefits, really not something I care too much about. Also, it's again nice to get something, but I don't know, that ends up in the long run feeling kind of useless. So we'll see. Like there's usually some sort of like Pokeball creation tool in the generations. So like the last couple of them, we've been able to make Pokeballs. So we'll see if this even turns out to be that special in the long run. Pokemon Legends ZA also will have Pokemon Home compatibility, which I think is mostly a good thing, but it does sound like, since Legends ZA does have a different battle mechanic, different stats inside of it, it does seem like it's going to be a one-way trip, at least when you're looking at going back to some of the past games prior to Legends ZA. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to, if you take them to Legends EA, there's no going back. It's Legends EA and Home. Those are the only two games you're going to be able to put them in. So just something to be aware of, but it does on the site say that Pokemon Home will be compatible with Pokemon Champions, which makes me think that maybe you can go to Champions after ZA. I don't know. We'll see. There's nothing official about that. That's just me speculating. But I could see just technologically, it's hard to like rewrite stats all the time and put the stats back. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of data. So I maybe don't like it, but I get it. But what I do like is that we got the announcement during that Nintendo Direct of a new Pokemon game called Potopia, which is also just kind of fun to say. Coming out in 2026, where we play as a Ditto who, for whatever reason, is stranded on an island and is unable to find its trainer, so it takes on the likeness, maybe not identical, because it does look like this. But you'll have the option to be a boy or a girl on there, which I guess is kind of nice. In the trailer, they show you being the girl version. Not sure exactly how much customization you'll be able to get out of this, but I kind of hope it does, because this does seem like it's an Animal Crossing-esque Pokemon game where we get to go into this island and start to redo the landscape, and like you can use Bulbasaur's powers to grow grass on there. You can use Squirtle's water gun attack to like water the grass, like, so you get to kind of Kirby it a little bit and just absorb these other Pokemon's powers and use it to develop the island, which is, I think, a fantastic concept. There are elements too of all of this that, I don't know, like the way that things are shaped and stuff. I know people have claimed like Minecraft similarities, but it also reminds me a lot of Pokemon Quest, which is kind of fun, but the Pokemon on this look more traditional, to like more accurate to the real sprites. But I don't know, I'm super excited for this. I think this is super cool. I'm probably gonna dump way too many hours into playing this, because it's just like Animal Crossing, you know, you're just out there developing, like trying new stuff, like designing, exploring. I think this is going to be a really fun game, and you get to have like a little house and everything. You get to go have sleepovers with Pokemon all the time. Well, like in this photo, Arcanine's just kind of creeping through the window, but I think this looks super fun. And as you can see here, there's a Pidgey in this game, so already it's top tier. Like, this is probably the best game of the year. Then for the last little bit, we've been battling Chi-Yu in Scarlet and Violet, and I think no surprises, we did hit the million mark. We specifically, as of September 8th, we defeated it over 1.8 million times, which is substantially lower than any of the other raids that we had to do. But I mean, also, admittedly, this one was a little bit harder, I feel like. So I could see how maybe a lot of people were turned off from it. But we did hit the goal at least, so we should be seeing that distribution coming up on Thursday, I believe. And I think this is one of the better shinies, because normally it's like that red and orange-ish color, and then now it turns into blue. I think this was a good one. And it's competitive, so just saying. Also, we're getting some shiny competitive Pokemon with Miraidon and Koraidon being distributed GameStop in the US or EB Games in Canada, Australia, or New Zealand. You should be able to go into those stores, depending on your region, and pick up a code card starting September 26th. The promo is going to also run until October 15th, so we do just have like 2.5 weeks to pick up our codes. The codes will let you receive the shiny Koraidon in Pokemon Violet or shiny Miraidon in Pokemon Scarlet. But only one of these Pokemon can be obtained per code. So just heads up, depending on your version. But kind of nice if we're like completing the Pokédex, because you can get the opposite of the other one. There's no purchase required for this to get one of these code cards. So I know in the past, when these things have happened, some GameStops have kind of like strong-armed some people into making a purchase. Like, there is no requirement to make a purchase, just as part of the promotion, so just heads up. But either way, super cool, because I don't know why I just never looked up the shinies for these. Both these shinies are fantastic. I think they look great. So you might need to make a couple trips to your GameStops, call ahead, bring a friend, bring your mom, I don't know. But get a couple cards, and good luck to you. In card news, there's a big event starting September 26th as well. From the 26th to the 29th in Los Angeles, you can purchase tickets to the Mega Evolution Discovery event. This is a museum-like experience featuring 10 towering cards featuring Pokemon from Mega Evolution expansion. There's some photo ops and also some statues of Mega Lucario and Mega Gardevoir, which is super cool. It says that you can go around the venue and collect stamps at some little card stations, and when you reach the end of the exhibit, you'll receive Pokemon TCG Fun Packs as a thanks for dropping by while supplies last. So again, good luck to you. But pretty cool. They're investing a lot in these like physical events, which is nice. And like, it kind of sucks you have to buy a ticket, but also like hopefully helps keep some scalpers out of it. I don't know. They're doing what they can, I guess. Then speaking of Mega Evolution, we do have some gifts with purchase. So if you make your way over to Best Buy in the US, Toys R Us in Canada, or JB Hi-Fi in Australia and New Zealand, you'll be able to get that Xerneas promo card, the stamped promo. And then for the Yveltal, you can go to GameStop in the US, and then EB Games in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Regardless, wherever you go, it's going to be a $15 purchase, and then you get this at no additional cost. But again, probably want to call ahead, just double check that your places are getting these, because I don't know, I feel like distribution's a little bit rough, and then also somehow people are getting a bunch of these and just like having a haul and just running off with them. I don't know. Again, good luck to you. Best Buy at least usually offers this online, but also there's like nothing to buy online for Best Buy. So I don't know, good luck. Hopefully your Best Buys, GameStops are lenient with you and you're able to get them. Then I saw this also, Disc Trackers over on X, Twitter, whatever you call it. They said that if you go over to your Five Below, it seems like they're giving out those 3 packs of the Illustration Contest 2024 bundle promos. I don't know if that's every store or not. I haven't gone to my Five Below in a minute, so I don't know. Could be worth a shot, like calling in, just stopping by if you're in the area. I haven't seen anything on their website, so I don't know. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Like, that one's a hard maybe though in your area. Then big news, I'm super excited for this. The tickets should be going on sale this Wednesday, September 17th for the Pokemon XP and World Championships. This is gonna be a massive event. There's gonna be like activities all over the place. I don't know, there's lots of stuff that still needs to be announced, but I'm very excited for it. I'm really gonna try to get some tickets. But this purchase event is going to be for the multi-day pass registration. So just a heads up, and then after that, the single day passes will be released in spring of 2026. So I guess we'll kind of see how these things sell, but I'm fairly certain it's gonna be crazy. The first wave is gonna be, again, so September 17th, I have it up here on the screen, but the first wave of tickets is gonna go on sale at 9 a.m. Pacific, and then there's a second wave at 8 p.m. Pacific. Then just to look at this, just in case you need to budget some money very, very, very quickly. This is the pricing for the multi-day passes. They do have them broken out into Pidgey and Standard, which I'm pretty sure Pidgey just means like early bird pricing. I'm not exactly sure. I was looking up and down the website. Maybe I overlooked it, but it didn't really specifically say what Pidgey meant. However, I do appreciate that it is Pidgey. So for a multi-day pass for an adult, 18 plus, $120. If you also want the arena experience, which is basically getting access to the championship Sunday battles, it's $150 for if you're able to get on the Pidgey pricing. Otherwise, everything increases $30 for the standard pricing for multi-day or with the arena experience. But either way, you do get a bunch of goodies, which is going to include 2 packs of cards, a collectible pin, and a lanyard, which at least is something. And then obviously you get access to all of the events and everything that are happening throughout that weekend, which should be pretty crazy. Based on the venue alone, this should be the largest Pokemon event, I think, ever. So stay tuned for more news on that. Hit that like button for me if you're excited for Pokemon. Subscribe for more videos. Take care of each other out there, and I'll see you very soon on the next one.